Welcome to GRUNG TV, the entertainment hub for news, views, reviews, and gossip. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and turn on your notification bell.
Welcome back to GRUNG TV. Cops from the Kingston East Division seized an AK-47 rifle in Texaco District, Bayshore Park in Harborview. The police report that about 11:30 a.m. on Sunday, an operation was carried out at a premises when the firearm was seized from the roof of a building. No one was arrested in connection with the seizure. 35-year-old Randy Mackenzie, otherwise called Freddie, a fisherman of Portland Cottage in Clarendon, has been charged in relation to a machete attack on his ex-girlfriend. Mackenzie was charged on Friday with wounding with intent. His court date is being finalized. The police report that about 10:30 a.m. on Tuesday, March 16, Mackenzie and a woman with whom he had a relationship with got into an argument during which he used a stone to hit the woman before using the machete to chop her in the face and neck. The police were summoned and Mackenzie was arrested. He was subsequently charged. 3 men were arrested and an illegal gun and ammunition seized by detectives assigned to the Harford Police Division on Phillip Avenue, Russell Road in St. Andrew on Sunday. The police report that about 11:35 a.m., a team was conducting a patrol in the area when a heavily tinted motor car was signaled to stop. The driver reportedly refused to stop and then later collided with a utility pole along the roadway. The police said the men aboard exited the vehicle and opened fire at the cops. The gunmen were subsequently subdued. The police say the cops recovered a 6-gauge 9mm pistol and a magazine containing 5 9mm rounds of ammunition. The men were subsequently arrested. The police and the Independent Commission of Investigations has launched probe into the stabbing death of a detainee, allegedly by another inmate at the Negril lockup in Westmoreland on Friday night. The dead prisoner has been identified as 24-year-old Rico Brevet, unemployed of Red Ground, Westmoreland. Police reports indicate that about 9 p.m., Brevet and the 28-year-old accused, who hailed from Lucy, Hanover, requested to use the bathroom and were later released from their cells. While inside the bathroom, both men got into a physical confrontation, during which the accused allegedly used a sharp object to stab Brevet multiple times in the chest. The police overheard the commotion and reportedly restrained the accused. Both men suffered wounds to the upper body and were rushed to the Savlamar Hospital, where Brevet was pronounced dead and the accused detainee treated. The accused was still at hospital under police guard and has not yet been charged. So far, the police are still carrying out an investigation to determine what led to the dispute between both inmates. A policeman who requested to remain anonymous because he was not authorized to speak to the press said both men were in lockup on gun-related charges. The police said Brevet was in custody in connection with an incident in Negril, and the accused has been implicated in a shooting of a motorist along Norman Manley Boulevard in Negril late last year. Director of Complaints at Indicom, Errol Chatu, said that his team has visited the lockup and commenced an investigation. It is still early times, yet we are unable to provide much more information until the investigation progresses, Chatu stated. In a statement issued on Sunday afternoon, Indicom said that all relevant police records and diary entries were inspected and documented, and the concerned officers were served with Section 21 notes for a statement and interview this week. Brevet is the 16th person to be murdered in Westmoreland this year, one more than during the corresponding period in 2020. A man and a woman who earlier this month pleaded guilty to offenses stemming from the murder of Tamara Geddes in Retreat, Trelawney last year were sentenced in Trelawney Circuit Court on Friday. Owen Irvin, a 55-year-old resident of Hampton St. James, was sentenced to 20 years behind bars for murder by Justice Martin Gale. Additionally, Irvin received a 5-year sentence for conspiracy to murder. His sentences are to run concurrently. Meanwhile, Tashana Young, 33, also from Hampton in St. James, who pleaded guilty to conspiracy to murder, was ordered to serve 4 years in prison. Tamara Geddes, 36, was shot dead in her Retreat, Falmouth home by a gunman on Friday, June 19, 2020. On Monday, March 1st, her sister Nadine Geddes was sentenced to 20 years in prison after she pleaded guilty to murder. Nadine's daughter, 21-year-old Shanice Ruddock, and a 15-year-old received 3-year probationary sentences for misprision of a felony. Brian Shelley, the lone accused remaining in the case, has been remanded in custody until June 7 due to his lack of legal representative. Months of coordinated investigations across Trelawney, St. James, Westmoreland, Island and the corporate area led to detectives arresting and charging the sister of the deceased and her two daughters, along with Shelley and 23-year-old Rexton Knox, both of Norwood St. James, and Owen Irvin and Tashana Young, both also of St. James addresses. Knox was freed when he appeared in court on February 8 due to insufficient evidence to mount a viable case against him in court. Reports from the Falmouth police were that on June 19 at about 8:30 p.m., Tamara Geddes was in her room with her daughter when a gunman entered the home, demanded money, and then shot the mother several times. The daughter escaped unhurt. The police were alerted and Tamara was taken to a hospital where she was pronounced dead. On Tuesday, July 14, Nadine Geddes, along with both her daughters and Owen Irvin, were arrested and charged in connection with the murder of Tamara Geddes. The other accused persons were subsequently arrested and charged by the investigators. 8 persons were shot while patrons were making their way home on Saturday night from a party which was held early on Olympic Way in St. Andrew. 2 men have so far died from the gun attack, the police are reporting. The 2 deceased have been identified as 26-year-old Jerome Barnett, otherwise called Bugman, and Rowan Clark, otherwise called Bums. They were heading home on Olympic Way among a group of people after the party when a motor car drove up. The occupants of the car opened gunfire on them. Barnett and Clark were shot and killed. The other persons were transported to the Kingston Public Hospital for treatment for their injuries. The police arrested over 100 people for breaching the Disaster Risk Management Act after they were found at an illegal party in Hopetown, Papine, St. Andrew about 9:15 p.m. on Saturday night. The police said the individuals arrested will face charges under the Disaster Risk Management Act, while promoters will face additional charges under the Noise Abatement Act. On Friday night, officers also arrested several people when they locked down 2 separate parties in West Kingston communities. A driver who refused to stop for the police was arrested when he was found with an illegal gun and ammunition after he crashed into a perimeter wall on Barracuda Avenue, Brayton in Portmore, St. Catherine yesterday. The police said a Taros semi-automatic pistol and a magazine containing 3 9mm rounds of ammunition were seized during the incident that occurred about 5:23 a.m. Reports said that officers were conducting patrol in the area when they signaled a white Honda Stream motor car to stop. However, the driver refused and later collided into a perimeter wall, the police said. He was then searched and the firearm and ammunition found. The police said further investigation led to the search of his home where a 6-Sauger cartridge was found containing 1 round of ammunition. He was arrested and subsequently charged. An Ananda alert has been activated for 16-year-old Calvin Brown, otherwise called Jay, of Kasha Avenue, Irwin in St. James, has been missing since Wednesday, March 17. He is of dark complexion, medium built, and about 5 feet 3 inches tall. The Granville police said that Calvin was last seen at home about 9 p.m., dressed in a black merino and green and black shorts. He has not been heard from since. Anyone knowing Calvin's whereabouts is being asked to contact the Granville police station at 876-952-3337, police 119 number, or the nearest police station.